Atlantic Broadband Cable, in cooperation with the South Union Township Supervisors, presents the South Union Township Sports Network. Today, via tape delay from the home of the Lauel Highlands High School boys soccer team here at Mustang Field, the Lauel Highlands Mustangs take on the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars in a rematch from a WPIAL quarterfinal round game from a year ago. Hi, everybody. I'm Brian Morozak alongside Jerry Dupay. We welcome you aboard for tonight's boys soccer game. South Union Township Sports Network coverage is brought to you as a joint cooperative venture featuring Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Fernan and Jason Scott, Atlantic Broadband Cable, Armstrong Cable, and our friends at CUTV, including Gary Smith. Again, I'm Brian Morozak with Jerry Dupay, and we'll be back with the lineups for both teams after these messages.
Centers for Rehab Services, CRS, a part of UPMC and the Center for Sports Medicine, is a proud sponsor of the South Union Township Sports Network and its coverage of area youth sports. Make Centers for Rehab Services your choice for all of your physical and occupational therapy needs. CRS, located at 160 Wayland Smith Drive, provides physical therapy, occupational therapy, work injury programs, and hand therapy. Valuing patient satisfaction is one of their highest priorities. Centers for Rehab Services offers a patient-centered environment where each patient has an individualized treatment plan developed for their specific needs. They are experts in helping you recover from injuries, increase strength, and build endurance. CRS professionals have become highly skilled through a strong commitment to continuing education and advanced certifications to ensure the most cutting-edge and cost-effective treatment for their patients. Jim Burns, a lifetime Uniontown area resident, is a licensed physical therapist and facility director of the Uniontown location, as well as a field faculty instructor for Duquesne University and for the University of Pittsburgh School of Physical Therapy. He invites you to stop by his state-of-the-art location and discuss your rehabilitation needs. Center for Rehab Services is participating with most insurance plans, including all Highmark products, UPMC Health Plan, and Medicare. Available 5 days a week and offering extended hours for patient convenience. Patients are seen within 24 to 48 hours, and walk-ins are always welcome. Patients may also be seen through direct access, which does not require a physician's prescription. CRS worked with physicians and other healthcare providers to help you find relief, live your life again, and get you back into the game. For more information, call CRS at 724-437-7500. Where you treat for physical therapy is always your choice, so ask for Centers for Rehab Services. It's your health, it's your choice.
Chesler's Furniture at 601 Pittsburgh Street, Uniontown has been in business since 1950 and has a wide variety of furniture for all of your needs. At Chesler's, they have a wide assortment of living room recliners, kitchen sets, bedroom mattresses, and accessories that can decorate your home for years to come. Choose from many companies including Lazy Boy, Best, King Hickory, Hammery, Lancer, Wildwood, Von Bassett, and White Dove. Chesler's also services what they sell. Stop into Chesler's Fine Furniture, Route 51 north of Uniontown, and see Kim, Christy, Ted, and Rich. They'll be happy to help you with all of your needs. Chesler's Furniture, where customers send their friends.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
Home opener for the Lauel Highlands High School boys soccer team here at Mustang Field, taking on the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars. We're set for tonight's starting lineups. I'm now going to turn it over to our public address announcer, Barry Rosner.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the campus of Lauel Highlands Senior High School and Mustang Field, where tonight the Mustangs of Lauel Highlands is hosting the Jaguars of Thomas Jefferson in a boys' soccer game. The Jaguars, under the head coach of Mr. Dr. Michael Coolish, comes in tonight's record with an overall record of 0-1. Here is their starting lineup. A senior, number 35, Liam Geiger. A senior, number 21, Dom Rinaldo. A junior, number 13, Preston Lutz. A junior, number 8, AJ Mashenko. A junior, number 27, Jeremy Marshall. A junior, number 2, Ty Folk. A junior, number 39, Scott Graham. A sophomore, number 10, Justin Finnegan. A sophomore, number 5, Dylan Sullivan. A freshman, number 17, Tristan Alava. And the goalkeeper, a junior, Connor Dalton. And now the starting lineup for the Lauel Highlands Mustangs. Under the head coach and Mr. Jerry Rogers and assisted by Jerry Rogers, they come in today's contest with an overall record of 1-0. Here is their starting lineup. A senior, number 37, Connor Rapp. A senior, number 21, Dominic Margela. A senior, number 7, Alec McClay. A senior, number 8, Braden Steele. A senior, number 26, Todd Brown. A senior, number 10, Dylan Rice. A junior, number 33, Dylan Seaman. A junior, number 25, Eli Mitchell. A junior, number 20, Jeremy Abraham. A junior, number 11, Colby Davis. And the goalkeeper, a junior, Jacob Campbell. And now, ladies and gentlemen, before we start our game, we ask if you would to please rise. And gentlemen, we ask if you would to please remove your hats in the honoring of America in the singing of our national anthem from the 50-yard line by Lauel Highlands Jr., Hannah Stefanson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the
and good luck to both teams.
Nice job there by Hannes Defense, and we're back with the start of tonight's match. Lauel Highlands and Thomas Jefferson, the high school soccer season getting underway here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Important for people to know that we represent injured people to the best of our ability, and we've been successful doing that. And I don't say that to have people come to see us because we have been successful. I say that because it's true, and it's important.
Another important aspect is the experience that we have is local experience in the court system in Uniontown, in Washington, in Waynesburg.
Davis & Davis, attorneys at law.
Esophageal reflux affects 20% of Americans and can lead to heartburn, regurgitation, chest pain, and difficulty swallowing. Reflux is caused by stomach contents passing a faulty valve and entering the esophagus. Ulcers and precancerous tissue can then form. Offer the latest testing and treatment for reflux disease. SWGI, specialists in digestive health.
Highlands fans also, too. Tomorrow night, the Mustangs will be...
We're back here at Mustang Field. The Lauel Highlands Mustangs hosting the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars. Rematch of a WPIAL quarterfinal game from a year ago, played at Elizabeth Forward High School, that was won by Thomas Jefferson over Lauel Highlands by a score of 2-0. In fact, TJ won both meetings over Lauel Highlands last year, also winning a regular season game at TJ by a score of 3-0 on September the 6th of 2016, but these have certainly been two of the more consistent programs around the WPIAL over the last couple of years. TJ coming off a season that saw the Jags advancing to the WPIAL semifinals and the PIAA play-in round. The Jags also won a section title at the school for the first time since 2008. Of course, Lauel Highlands, they've been to the WPIAL playoffs and won a WPIAL playoff game in 4 of the last 5 years. We're expecting a rather exciting game here tonight. The Mustangs opening up their home season here against Thomas Jefferson. Lauel Highlands won a neutral site game against Bentworth this past Saturday by a score of 2-0. TJ also was in action against Fox Chapel on Saturday, and they lost to the Foxes by a score of 2-0. We're underway with Lauel Highlands defending the goal to our left, and TJ looking to set up an attack with Preston Lutz and Justin Finnegan up front. We'll also have our eye on A.J. Mashenko throughout the midfield. He's one of the kickers on the Thomas Jefferson football team, and talking to a lot of folks here at the TJ soccer program, including their head coach, Dr. Mike Coolish. He expects Mashenko to really make a run to be a possible all-state selection before the end of the season if things pan out as the Jags expect them to this year, as they played on their back line over to Ty Falk and back to their keeper, Connor Dalton, the junior, with the red keeper kit. White number, black pants. Down on the near side, pushed along there by Dylan Sullivan. And through the midfield. A little battle there between Dom Ranello and the Mustangs. Dom Margalo winning it off on the near side as Lauel Highlands looks to reset here on the near side. Dylan Rice, a little touch over to Todd Brown. Lost it there through the midfield as TJ looks to set up an attack down the near touchline. They were looking there for a little through ball to Mashenko. Rolls all the way back to the Mustangs keeper, Jacob Campbell. Both of these teams playing a 5-3-2 here today. TJ more of a traditional 5-3-2. Lauel Highlands a little modified 5-3-2 with Todd Brown and Connor Rapp as the two stoppers, and Jeremy Abraham, the junior sweeper. Braden Steele and Dylan Rice on that back line. In the midfield, Eli Mitchell, Dylan Seaman, and Dom Margala. And on the front, Alec McLeay and Colby Davis. And Davis has been quite a scorer for the Mustangs over the last couple of seasons. As Lauel Highlands will have a goal kick here with Jacob Campbell, Justin Finnegan, and Preston Lutz up front for the Jags. Again, in their more traditional 5-3-2 sets. A.J. Mashenko, Tristan Alava, only a freshman, and Jeremy Marshall in the midfield with Ty Falk, Dylan Sullivan, Dom Ranello, Liam Geiger, and Scott Graham in the back with Connor Dalton in goal for the Jags here tonight. Again, Lauel Highlands working left to right as we describe it. Todd Brown pressured there by A.J. Mashenko. Here's Mashenko from 18, fires just over the bar. He talked about how dangerous Mashenko could be and just sent one over the bar and over the head there of Jacob Campbell. As Mashenko getting a good look early on, the Jags still looking for their first goal of the season. We mentioned they were shut out 2-0 against Fox Chapel on Saturday. Lauel Highlands getting 2 second-half goals from Colby Davis and Eli Mitchell. Defeating Bentworth, looking to get right back at it. Nice little cross there and a shot from point-blank range. The denial. Alec McLay taking the shot, and Connor Dalton saying not this time. So McLay, a nice opportunity there for Lauel Highlands, and you saw just a moment ago A.J. Mashenko, a good scoring opportunity for the Jags. Both of these teams good looks. Just 3.5 minutes in for Mustang Field. High school soccer season underway. Non-conference action this week. Mustangs will play host to McKeesport coming up tomorrow, and then Elizabeth Forward on Saturday. As Dylan Rice has it there for Lauel Highlands. A little chip down the near line. Dom Margela unable to track it down, and the ball goes out of play for a Thomas Jefferson goal kick. TJ losing 8 starters from a team, as we said, that made the WPIAL semifinals a year ago and lost in a PIAA play-in game. They certainly look strong, led by A.J. Mashenko and Justin Finnegan and Preston Lutz, 2 underclassmen on that front line. Certainly a lot of talent as well. Liam Geiger, a little high ball there. Denial from Lauel Highlands. Braden Steele. Jags chip it back off of Dylan Rice, coming wide on the near side. Look out, another opportunity here for the Jags, and sending it low and wide there was Preston Lutz. Picked up there by Campbell. Jogs it out to the top of the 18. Almost 5 minutes in, and what a boot there from Campbell, all the way down back in the Jags zone over the head of Colby Davis. A little sloppy play there on that Jags back line. Mustangs trying to put a little pressure on, but TJ able to win it out of their own zone there as Geiger sends it down the field. On the chase down there was Finnegan. Ball going out of play here on the near side off of Lauel Highlands and out, so Finnegan to take the throw in. Justin Finnegan, the Jags sophomore, those bright gold numbers on the black shirts here tonight. Finnegan sends into the box off the body of a Mustang, picked up there by Preston Lutz, trying to center, well defended there by Jeremy Abraham. New name in the Mustangs starting lineup this season. Lauel Highlands playing their opening game against Bentworth at Connellsville High School this past Saturday. Corner kick there, played into Marshall, crossed out in front and headed wide off that far post. TJ getting another good look. That one went off of the head of Dom Ranello on that far side. So Campbell puts it down again for another goal kick. Both of these teams relatively healthy. Just one minor injury on the Jags side. Liam Story, normal starter coming off the bench. Talking to Dr. Coolish. He said he expects Story to play throughout the course of the game, returning starter from a year ago. Mustangs take a throw in there from the far side. Margela, little touch over there to Seaman. Back to Dom. A little chip into the box, no one home. Nice little clear out there from Jeremy Marshall, but knocked down out in front. And from the top of the box, Mustangs good opportunity, but just sending it wide. Dylan Siemens, 7 minutes in. And Connor Dalton with another goal kick. Goes low. Again, Seaman knocks it down. Nicolay tries to chase it down, and Dalton another rollout again on the far side for the Jags. They try to break from their own zone. Touched over to Geiger. Sent low on the near line to Dylan Sullivan. Jags try to work out of their own zone. There's Mashenko. Little push forward there to Justin Finnegan. Well defended by Lauel Highlands. Mustangs a touch. Lose it back there again to Marshall. Able to regain again with Eli Mitchell. Nice little through ball. Nicolay puts it down. Low shot scooped up again by Connor Dalton. Lauel Highlands doing a nice job of creating here 8 minutes in. We said both teams with their fair share of opportunities. This game still scoreless. Rapp. Little header there on the far side. Knocked down by Tristan Alava. Now they play it back to their keeper, Connor Dalton. Wide again here over to Sullivan. Sullivan down the near line. Little chip there to Jeremy Marshall. Marshall from the 50. Swings to Mashenko. Goes back to his left. Trying to run around Seaman. Back to his right. And sends it through on the far side. Finnegan, check that Preston Lutz trying to track it down. And Lutz unable to keep it in play there on the far side. So another goal kick here for the Mustangs. Plenty of speed for both Preston Lutz and Justin Finnegan on that front line for Thomas Jefferson. There's a good look at Jacob Campbell, the Mustang keeper. Now in his junior season. Looks like he shot up a little bit in the offseason. Providing plenty of size and net for Lauel Highlands. Jeremy Abraham winning the battle there. And cleared wide by Sullivan. Mustangs a quick rush forward there. Dom Margela. Over to Dylan Seaman. Circles it back. Stays with it. Chip off to his left. Connor Rapp hauls in that pass. Forward on the far side. Touch from Eli Mitchell. Cross forward. Deflected down by the Jags. Headed around the top of the 18. Cleared out again. Braden Steele, though, knocks it down for Lauel Highlands. Off to Todd Brown. Brown trying to create some open space. Dylan Rice trying to go low and forward. Looking there for Colby Davis. Never got his way. Deflected down again by Brown. Instead of the Mustang back line there to Jeremy Abraham. Forward again to Seaman. Seaman going wide. And that ball going out of play. Nice effort there from Connor Rapp. Unable to track it down before the ball went over the far line, just to the television right of the TJ bench. Jags play it back to Campbell. Could be a little dangerous here with Preston Lutz in the vicinity. Mustangs regain possession. Set it up down the far side. Braden Steele, nice little run here for Lauel Highlands on the cross out in front. Davis was there, had it knocked away by Sullivan and sent wide here on the near side. Mustangs trying to regain again. Margela back to Brown. Brown off to his left to Braden Steele. Nice little through ball again. Here's an opportunity from Colby Davis. And the keeper, Connor Dalton, getting a piece of it, deflecting it wide. And this will be a corner kick, though, for Lauel Highlands. So the Mustangs getting Colby Davis free in open space. And we've seen throughout the last couple of years when Colby gets an open space, he's very dangerous for Lauel Highlands. Now the Mustangs trying to set up something here. Margela taking the corner kick. Going all the way through on the backside. Headed there. Connor Rapp had an opportunity. Was unable to knock it down. Played back to Braden Steele. He's pressured off the ball. And TJ back on it, trying to set something up coming out of their own zone. On the far side there, Lava. And on the chase down, Lutz battling Dom Margela. Ball going out of play. Last touch by TJ going out. And the Mustangs will have a throw in. Looks like TJ will be making their first sub of the game. Haven't seen a change yet on the Lauel Highlands side. Try to get a confirmation here on the new Jag checking in. Checking out was Tristan Alava, the freshman. I'm expecting this to be Liam Story, number 37. Now, we haven't been able to get an eyeball on Story from the far side as of yet. When we do, we'll pass it along. That one going off of Dalmar Galen out for Lauel Highlands. And Jeremy Marshall will take the throw in here. Sending it down to Justin Finnegan. Finnegan trying to get around Jeremy Abraham, who deflects it out. Marshall takes the throw in here. Off the body of a teammate, Marshall sends it high, but right to the Mustang keeper, Jacob Campbell. And Campbell will clear out, roll it out over to Connor Rapp. Rapp with a line drive down the field. Will go out of play here on the near side. And Dylan Sullivan will take this throw in.
Recently into the game for Thomas Jefferson is number 37, Liam Story.
We were correct. That was Story on the entry in there for the Jags. Returning letter winner from a year ago. And the Jags now the possession in the Lauel Highlands zone. Finnegan on the throw-in. Back to Mashenko. And a diving stop there from Campbell. Needs a little help here on the backside. The ball going out of play will be a corner kick again for the Jags. That was one of those tricky ones coming into the box from Mashenko. And I don't think Campbell had an eye on it till late. Probably would have missed wide, but you still have to be safe if you're in Campbell's position. So the Jags take the corner, and sending it well high that time was Finnegan. Off the delivery from the far side. So we're 15 minutes in. This match still scoreless. As Campbell puts it down again for Lauel Highlands. Mustangs 14-5-1 a season ago, 8-2 out of Section 3 in AAA. Thomas Jefferson 18-4 overall, 9-1 out of Section 4 in AAA as well. We mentioned the Jags last year winning their first section title since 2008, even though the Jags have been regulars in the WPIAL playoffs under Dr. Mike Coolish, including a trip to the PIAA playoffs in 2015. Mustangs, Dylan Seaman with it here. Touch back to Rapp. And I circled back to Todd Brown. The Jags pick it up. Looking for the through ball coming forward, but Campbell on the clear away as they were trying to set up something there to Justin Finnegan. Little header there from Lean Geiger. Seaman trying to knock it down. Circled back by Dom Ranello. Lauel Highlands trying to pick up the pressure a little bit. Half fan there from Connor Dalton. Close to going out. Jags on the initial save. Jeremy Marshall on that far line. Little lob forward. Knocked down by Braden Steele going low. Right on the feet of Dylan Sullivan. Nice little run here from Sullivan. Sullivan still on it down the near line. Circles back. Gets a little help. Off to his right here to Finnegan. And Finnegan's one hopper. Stopped by Jacob Campbell. I think Sullivan surprised some folks here. That nice little run from his own zone. And Campbell with a nice little lob back again. Eli Mitchell was there, and the play whistled down. Our match officials here today, Jim McDonough and the veteran George Vargo. George has been doing high school soccer. It seems like, at least since I've been involved, and probably for years before that, the Mustangs, another nice opportunity. McAlay, though, on the fan, and the ball played out here by Liam Geiger. Geiger trying to send it down the far side of Preston Lutz. Knocked down there by Steele. Lutz able to regain. TJ on the reset. Finnegan trying to shoulder back on that Mustang defensive line, but Dylan Seaman winning the ball here for Lauel Highlands. Seaman, though, going high and wide of Dom Margela, who had a run forward from that right outside midfield position for Lauel Highlands. TJ making another change.
Re-entering the game for Thomas Jefferson, number 17, Tristan.
That's the freshman. Alava coming back in. Or checked out earlier when Liam Story checked in. Finnegan going low. And there's Story on the run. Liam Story off to his left. An open space. Mashenko had his pocket picked by Dylan Rice. Nice job there by the Mustang senior Rice. Trying to set up a run. Coming back to Colby Davis. Was he onside? And the ball scooped up by Connor Dalton. And the hand was up. I think it would have been an offsides play coming back as Davis got behind the last defender. Sometimes you have to take those chances. Sullivan plays it back again for TJ, and look out here. Nice run forward for the Jags, and a denial by Jacob Campbell on Justin Finnegan. But the Jags still buzzing. Mashenko having it poked away there by Dom Margela, but Mashenko will take another throw in. Mashenko, low lob forward. Little touch there from Lutz, back to Mashenko. Mashenko from the corner, crosses out in front, deflected out. Solid defense there from Lauel Highlands' Jeremy Abraham. And the sweeper's been involved so far for the Mustangs. Quickly back in, Jags go back to work. Header out in front, just going wide. And again, cleared out by Lauel Highlands. TJ trying to go quickly here. Ronaldo taking another throw in, over to Finnegan. Finnegan from 25 out, little low one hopper out in front, ball loose far post, and sent home on the backside. Goal scored there by Liam Story. So Story, the normal starter, came off the bench, getting the opening goal for the Jags here at the 20-29 mark of the first half. And we'll take a quick timeout here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Creditors calling you day and night? Your debt overwhelms you? Although you may feel that you're in a hopeless situation, Zebley, Mahalev & White can help. We're a full-service local bankruptcy firm that knows what a difficult time this is and what to do to help you get a fresh start. Call Zebley, Mahalev & White today for a free consultation. Your hometown bankruptcy firm. Call us today.
Don't borrow more money until you talk to Zebley, Mahalev & White.
Good luck to the Mustangs from the South Union Township Supervisors, Rick Vernon, Jason Scott, and Robert Schiffbar.
Back here at Mustang Field, Liam Story getting TJ on the scoreboard. We mentioned Story a little bit banged up this week. Did not get the start for Dr. Mike Kulish's squad. Made his presence known here off the bench after TJ, over about a 2 or 3 minute sequence, buzzing with plenty of goal-scoring opportunities, and he had a little hard one-hopper coming in there to Jacob Campbell. Made the initial save, but just too many opportunities in front of the Mustang net, and Story burying one almost midway through this first half. And the Jags strike first. If you go back to last year, Lauel Highlands without a goal against Thomas Jefferson. The Mustangs were shut out at TJ in early September 3-0, and then lost the WPIAL quarterfinal round playoff game 2-0, a game played at Elizabeth Forward High School last year. So Lauel Highlands has struggled scoring goals against the Jags, looking to maybe change that here tonight. They've had plenty of scoring opportunities in the opening 20 minutes against Connor Dalton. Possession's been rather even on both sides. But Liam Story striking first for TJ. And they'll hold the initial advantage here. And the Mustangs trying to set up a little run here, coming back with Eli Mitchell. Mitchell winning the battle on the far side, looking to cross, deflected. McLay, though, able to regain for Lauel Highlands. Back to Mitchell. Mitchell again looking for another cross, plays it back to McLay, who fires, but right on goal. As Connor Dalton makes another save there for the Jags. And Dalton sends it out on the far side, bodied down at midfield. So the guys playing a little hacky sack with it there, Mashenko and Dylan Seaman. Mitchell another touch. The Jags winning it back, and they'll settle it down here around the midfield. Setting up the attack. Going low. Here to Finnegan. Off to his right again to Story. Flipped on the far side. Steele looking for the clear. Off to Rapp. Forward there to Eli Mitchell. And now Dylan Seaman on the near side. Seaman playing it back off to his left. Nice job to get around the freshman Aleva. Seaman another touch. Off to Rapp. Lost possession there to Story, trying to regain. McLay comes over to help out. Players collide, and the play whistled down. With 18:06 left here in the first half, a 1-0 lead for Thomas Jefferson over Lauel Highlands. Brian Morozak alongside Jerry Dupay here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Nice to have you along with us as the high school soccer season gets underway here for the Mustangs at home tonight. TJ, a little pressure again from Liam Story and Jeremy Marshall over there. Mustangs win it back down. A little chip again forward. Headed back by Sullivan. Liam Geiger a little touch. Forward there to Aleva, the freshman. The Mustangs deflect it out. And Liam Story will take the throw-in. Story, a senior co-captain for this TJ team. The Steele battles there with Liam Geiger. That's rolled off of Lauel Highlands, so another corner kick here for the Jags from the far side with 16:56 left in the first half. With the sophomore Justin Finnegan to take the corner kick. Finnegan sends it high, out in front. Ball still loose. And Story, another shot that got deflected all the way back to Lauel Highlands' Colby Davis. So the Mustangs an opportunity. A little touch there from Brown. Eli Mitchell coming forward off of a deflection, finally cleared back by Preston Lutz. Lutz sends it high off the body of Braden Steele. Steele, though, on the run down the far touchline. TJ chipping it out, and Lauel Highlands will make their first change of the evening. Checking out will be Damar Gala. Let's get a look at who's checking in here for Lauel Highlands. That's Zach Mansberry. Number 5, yes it is.
Into the game for Lauel Highlands.
And Junior Mansberry seeing his first action. As Aleva circles it back there for TJ. A little touch again from Geiger. The far side, Aleva back on it. They're high on Tristan, only a freshman getting the start here tonight. Played back up top. Some open space. Going low there is Geiger. Into the box, trying to circle back. It's played over to Jeremy Marshall. Marshall on the cross. Going all the way through. They had a couple of bodies out in front, including Justin Finnegan right on the doorstep. The TJ keeping possession again. Here's Geiger from 25 outs. Actually went off the football crossbar and then deflected off the soccer goal. But Geiger, a little sneaky lob from 25 out on the near side. Came close. And TJ, since that goal from Story, has certainly had the better of the scoring opportunities. over the last 10 minutes or so in this contest. Leading 1-0. It's certainly a nice early season tune-up for Lauel Highlands, and there's a trip at midfield. Pretty obvious there as the Mustangs' Eli Mitchell goes down. We'll take a quick timeout here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Chesler's Furniture at 601 Pittsburgh Street, Uniontown has been in business since 1950 and has a wide variety of furniture for all of your needs. At Chesler's, they have a wide assortment of living room recliners, kitchen sets, bedroom mattresses, and accessories that can decorate your home for years to come. Choose from many companies including Lazy Boy, Best, King Hickory, Hammery, Lancer, Wildwood, Von Bassett, and White Dove. Chesler's also services what they sell. Stop into Chesler's Fine Furniture, Route 51 north of Uniontown, and see Kim, Christy, Ted, and Rich. They'll be happy to help you with all of your needs. Chesler's Furniture, where customers send their friends.
As we come back, Eli Mitchell okay on the Lauel Highlands side. No card issued as we play on, and a nice little through ball out in front. Colby Davis was there, but unable to get a piece of it. As it goes back to Connor Dalton. Even though that last trip of Mitchell, not deliberate at all, the way Mitchell went down, probably a 50-50 case where you might have seen a card shown depending on who your match officials are on any given night. And ball off of TJ and out. Mustangs go quickly. Mansberry on the lob and looking for Dylan Rice. Finnegan plays it back on for the Jags. No reset here from Connor Dalton. Mustangs again, a little pressure. Low shot from McLeay on the far side, deflected down. And TJ able to clear it back out again. Pretty move there from Sullivan to dance between defenders. Dylan Sullivan's played a solid game so far tonight for the Jags. Up to Marshall. Marshall unable to get around Mansberry, getting a little help there from Connor Rapp. Played back to center, knocked down by Geiger. Sent wide again over to Liam Story. Story and now Geiger again. Fronted there by Rice. Story another touch. Mitchell a little pressure. Eli Mitchell trying to keep it alive. He goes down in front of the Mustang bench. The ball ruled out. And Lauel Highlands about to make a substitution here. We'll take a quick timeout on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Colon cancer is the second leading cause of cancer deaths. Signs include abdominal pain and rectal bleeding. Colon cancer develops from a degenerating benign growth or polyp. Doctors performing colonoscopy are able to remove precancerous polyps, thus preventing colon cancer. This saves lives, and the American Cancer Society now recommends that everyone have a colonoscopy every 10 years, beginning at age 50. Offer the latest diagnostic testing. SWGI, specialists in digestive health.
Just sit right down and you hear a tale of a fateful call. You better pay those bills right now or you take a mighty fall. He really didn't know what to do, so he turned to those who did. Zeppeli, Mahalev, and White, your bankruptcy crew. Your bankruptcy crew. So no matter how deep in debt you are, if your back's against the wall, Zeppeli, Mahalev, and White, just give them a call.
Eli Mitchell still down as we come back. There's a good look at Eli in front of the Lauel Highlands bench. The Mustangs making a change here to replace Eli. He's gotten tripped up a couple of times here in the opening 28 minutes. Braden Steele will trigger it in.
Dom Margela checked back into the game, replacing Mitchell. Margela exited earlier for Zach Mansberry. Now seeing time on that far wing in the Mustang midfield.
For Lauel Highlands, number 21, Dominic Margela.
Here's Todd Brown, a little touch. Off to Seaman. Back to Rapp, and now Dylan Seaman again. TJ pokes it back out, and the Jags a little open space here back through center. Tristan Alava getting some help there from Jeremy Marshall. Marshall, nice little run, but unable to keep it in play. And you got to credit Zach Mansberry, did a nice job to kind of reposition Marshall in that run back, causing the ball to go out of play. Seaman going low, over to Rapp. Nice little chip forward. Alec McGlade in open space. At the top of the 18, Connor Dalton picking it up there for Thomas Jefferson. Very aware of the play around him as we approach the final 10 minutes of this first half. Flying right along. Just one goal so far. Liam Story scoring at the 20-29 mark of the first half to give TJ a 1-0 lead, and the Jags trying to set something up here again as Finnegan going off to his right. Kind of reset here for Thomas Jefferson. Off to Mashenko, low shot right in front, just going wide. They also had a player creeping here on the near post for a possible deflection. I think that was the freshman Alava. No, check that. That was Finnegan. Now the Mashenko shots. Had an opportunity to maybe knock it down, and here's TJ, another run coming back. Lutz and Mashenko battling on that far side. Now Mashenko going at it with Braden Steele, and Steele setting it out of play. And the ruling is there from George Vargo. Initially pointed TJ's ball, now making a change here. Lauel Highlands ball as Braden Steele will send it in. Steele on the high lob down far side. 4 players, 2 on each side in the vicinity. Again going out of bounds in front of the Lauel Highlands bench. Eli Mitchell's getting set to check back in. Hard to keep him out. There you can see just to the camera right of Braden Steele. Lauel Highlands head coach Jerry Rogers Sr., assisted by Jerry Rogers Jr., is now right behind Braden Steele. Those two doing a nice job running this Mustang soccer program. Of course, Dave Sahide also assists with the boys team. He's the head coach of the girls team as well. Lauel Highlands girls a win and a draw here as they opened up play this past weekend. We'll see them later on this week against Southmoreland. They'll open up conference play on Saturday against Elizabeth Forward. Our Highlands girls coming off a playoff appearance a year ago as well. Nice to see the girls program in the playoffs
25, Eli Mitchell.
This past season as well. What a special Saturday that was last year when both the Lauel Highlands girls and the Lauel Highlands boys got an opportunity to host playoff action here on the campus. Zach Prezioso, number 36, checking in on the TJ side. Seeing his first game action here tonight. And here's Tristan Alava, the freshman. Trying to center it off to his right. Nice little knockdown there from Jeremy Abraham. As the Mustangs regain possession. Up to Eli Mitchell. Pressured off there by Dom Ranallo. Up to Marshall again. Resetting back to Geiger. Going low and forward there to Mashenko. He lost it there to Connor Rapp. The Mustangs done a nice job to keep Mashenko in check so far tonight. Here's Rapp coming back. Kind of healed it back to himself, and then we'll try to go wide on the far side there to Eli Mitchell. Mitchell hauls it in, goes low to Braden Steele, down to 7:30 left here in the first half. Steele down that far touchline. Looking again for Mitchell, goes through Mitchell and cleared back by the Jags, in open space to the Mustangs' Jeremy Abraham. Abraham line drive coming back. Going back to the keeper, Connor Dalton. Dalton to the edge of the 18. High clearance there in front of the Mustang bench. Sent ahead by Preston Lutz. But no help coming back. as Jacob Campbell hauls it in there for Lauel Highlands. Campbell back to center. Davis looking for the header. Going back to Sullivan, pressured by Rice. Check that, Seaman, who picks it up, looking for Colby Davis. And again, the little hopper scooped up there by Connor Dalton. So the Mustangs getting a couple of chances here in the first half. Haven't had too many point-blank shots, though. Just the one for McLay early on. And here's Mashenko again trying to dance around Connor Rapp. But Rapp able to pick it up to Dylan Seaman. Deflected back over to Jeremy Abraham. And a partial fan on that clearance. The ball goes out of play. It will be Lauel Highlands' ball from the far side. Braden Steele to send it back in as we go under 6 minutes left here in the first half. Steele forward to McLay. Trying to fight off the double team. Gets a little help there again from Dylan Seaman. Seaman line drive. Back down the field again. Scooped up by Connor Dalton. Mustangs struggling a little bit to find those through balls. Around TJ's back line. Eli Mitchell. Little header there. Sent out by a Jaguar in front of the Mustang bench as Braden Steele looking again for Alec McLay. Colby Davis trying to track it down around TJ's Jimmy Malinga, who just checked in for the first time. Malinga seeing some game action here for the Jags. Senior midfielder. And Connor Dalton puts it back down for another goal kick. McLay trying to work his way around that TJ back corner line. Had it a couple of times on each side. Geiger a little touch there. Forward by Sullivan. Back to Lauel Highlands, Braden Steele off the body of Dylan Seaman.
Jaguars number 10, Justin Finnegan.
Good job there to keep it in by Zach Mansberry. Going low, but nobody home. Now Mansberry having to get back. We got a little help there from Jeremy Abraham. And again, Mansberry on it defensively, being hounded there by Alava. Cleared back by Campbell, off the head of Sullivan. Circled back by Mashenko. Another nice run from Mashenko. Watch out, Mashenko in open space. Trying to work his way into the 18. Pulls back outside the box. Crosses on the back post. Ball still loose. Finally scooped up there by the keeper Campbell. And Lauel Highlands getting a little sloppy there in the back line, and a Mustang down as well. And Campbell will just send it out of play with a teammate down. And we'll take a quick timeout. Still a 1-0 lead for TJ over Lauel Highlands here on the South Union Township Sports Network injury timeout.
Centers for Rehab Services, CRS, a part of UPMC and the Center for Sports Medicine, is a proud sponsor of the South Union Township Sports Network and its coverage of area youth sports. Make Centers for Rehab Services your choice for all of your physical and occupational therapy needs. CRS, located at 160 Wayland Smith Drive, provides physical therapy, occupational therapy, work injury programs, and hand therapy. Valuing patient satisfaction is one of their highest priorities. Centers for Rehab Services offers a patient-centered environment where each patient has an individualized treatment plan developed for their specific needs. They are experts in helping you recover from injuries, increase strength, and build endurance. CRS professionals have become highly skilled through a strong commitment to continuing education and advanced certifications to ensure the most cutting-edge and cost-effective treatment for their patients. Jim Burns, a lifetime Uniontown area resident, is a licensed physical therapist and facility director of the Uniontown location, as well as a field faculty instructor for Duquesne University and for the University of Pittsburgh School of Physical Therapy. He invites you to stop by his state-of-the-art location and discuss your rehabilitation needs. Center for Rehab Services is participating with most insurance plans, including all Highmark products, UPMC Health Plan, and Medicare. Available 5 days a week and offering extended hours for patient convenience. Patients are seen within 24 to 48 hours, and walk-ins are always welcome. Patients may also be seen through direct access, which does not require a physician's prescription. CRS worked with physicians and other healthcare providers to help you find relief, live your life again, and get you back into the game. For more information, call CRS at 724-437-7500. Where you treat for physical therapy is always your choice, so ask for Centers for Rehab Services. It's your health, it's your choice.
As we come back, Zach Mansberry being helped off the field for Lauel Highlands. Mansberry playing well for Lauel Highlands here in the first half. Came in as a defensive sub.
Is number 5, Zachary Mansberry.
Not what the Mustangs wanted to see, losing some defensive depth there with Mansberry not really putting much pressure at all on that right leg. Getting a couple of fist bumps there from teammates.
And one more quick note while we have the stoppage of action.
Mansberry, a junior for Lauel Highlands.
Moving now to the top of the 5th inning in the Chicago Cubs.
We certainly wish him well.
Pirates 2.
I hope to see him back on the field soon for the Lauel Highlands Mustangs. We have 3:34 left here in the first half. Still a 1-0 lead for TJ over Lauel Highlands on a Liam Story goal at the 20:29 mark of the first half. Mansberry now being attended to on the Lauel Highlands bench. You saw the Mustang keeper, Jacob Campbell, just fire the ball out of play since he knew Mansberry was down. In many situations, you get a courtesy, and yes, that's what's going to happen here. The ball fired back over to Campbell. And that's the sportsmanship we usually see in the soccer game when an injury is present. Now these two teams will battle here for the final 3 minutes and change of this first half as Lauel Highlands looking for the equalizer, going to the locker room. And still looking for their first goal against the Jags over the last 3 meetings, getting shut out twice against TJ, once early on in the season last year, 3-0, and then again in the quarterfinal round of the WPIAL playoffs, 2-0. TJ entered the playoffs last year as the number 2 seed. Lauel Highlands was seeded 7th. Here's the Jags. Maybe looking for an insurance goal before the half. Nice little battle there. The freshman Aleva going at it with Braden Steele. Now Braden Steele slow in getting up. Aleva kind of tossed Steele down a little bit there. A little forearm shot. And Steele took a tumble. Now Braden down with 2:22 left here in the first half. The Mustang defensive line continues to get thinner and thinner. They've not called a trainer over yet. Of course, the Mustangs just suffering that injury to Zach Mansberry, and now Braden Steele still down. Clock continues to roll. They haven't officially ruled this an injury timeout as of yet. On a 1:55 left, and now an injury timeout granted. Unlike the international game or what you might see in the MLS, there's no additional injury time tacked on here in high school soccer games. What you have on the board is the true time remaining in each half, and now the staff coming out again to look at Braden Steele. And with Braden down, we'll take another timeout here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
You don't have to travel to Pittsburgh to get good representation. We've been doing it since 1976. We've been successful. We can help you right here at home.
We know the nuances of the legal system in Uniontown in Fayette County. We know the nuances of the legal system in Waynesburg and in Washington.
We know the system. We know where the courthouse is, and we know where to park. And at our office, you can park for free.
Davis & Davis, attorneys at law.
Number 8, Braden Steele.
There you see Braden Steele being helped the Mustang bench, and the Mustangs suffering 2 injuries within about a 2-minute period here late in the first half. Both Braden Steele and Zach Mansberry going down. Steele at least able to walk under his own power. We saw Mansberry earlier not putting any pressure on his right leg. So hopefully for Steele, he's able to continue. Now the Mustangs having to make another defensive change with 1:55 left here in the first half. Still down 1-0 against Thomas Jefferson as Justin Finnegan will take this throw in here for the Jags. Finnegan will send it into the box. Went off the body there of Jeremy Abraham, but fired from the top of the box and sent in as Thomas Jefferson takes a 2-0 lead. That's A.J. Mashenko. So Mashenko scoring the goal with a 1:49 mark of the first half and giving Thomas Jefferson an insurance goal here going into the locker room. As the Jags now go on top 2-0, you have to wonder how much some of those Mustang injuries on that back line created maybe some open opportunities there for A.J. Mashenko. And we talked during the pregame show and early on in the first half about Mashenko possibly being an all-state player. We mentioned he's the kicker on the Thomas Jefferson football team as well for head coach Bill Chirpak. Has done a nice job with some nice runs through the midfield. Just buried one there to give TJ now a 2-0 lead over Lauel Highlands. As we go under 90 seconds now left in the first half. And boy, do the Mustangs need a goal now, being down 2. Margela coming back, trying to settle something down here for Lauel Highlands. And TJ, a little deflection out there from Zach Prezioso. There's Todd Brown as we go under a minute left here in the first half. Over to Eli Mitchell looking across. And TJ again sends it out of play on the far side. 45 seconds now left here in the first half. LH lobbing it back in, looking for Todd Brown. And TJ doesn't mind killing a little clock here. Alava on the little head down. Seaman winning it back, looking there for Eli Mitchell. Going wide. 25 seconds now left in the first half. Here's Seaman coming back. Under 20 seconds left, over to Eli Mitchell. Triple teamed on the far side. Dom Ranello all over him. 12 seconds left. Played back to Dylan Rice.
9, 8.
Forward to Todd Brown. Mashenko a little knocked down. Look out. 4 seconds left. TJ. Another crack at it. Mashenko fires. And as time expires, a diving save there from Jacob Campbell. But Thomas Jefferson on goals by Liam Story and A.J. Mashenko leading Lauel Highlands by a score of 2-0. And we'll recap the first half when we come back here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
And a reminder to everyone also to, again, there is no smoking anywhere here on the property of Lauel Highlands.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
Chesler's Furniture at 601 Pittsburgh Street, Uniontown has been in business since 1950 and has a wide variety of furniture for all of your needs. At Chesler's, they have a wide assortment of living room recliners, kitchen sets, bedroom mattresses, and accessories that can decorate your home for years to come. Choose from many companies including Lazy Boy, Best, King Hickory, Hammery, Lancer, Wildwood, Von Bassett, and White Dove. Chesler's also services what they sell. Stop into Chesler's Fine Furniture, Route 51 north of Uniontown, and see Kim, Christy, Ted, and Rich. They'll be happy to help you with all of your needs. Chesler's Furniture, where customers send their friends. We're back here at halftime. Thomas Jefferson leading Lauel Highlands by a score of 2-0. Taking a look at the first half scoring recap, it was Liam Story that got things started for Thomas Jefferson. A goal at the 20-29 mark of the first half to give the Jags a 1-0 lead. Lauel Highlands, a couple of injuries in that first half. Both Braden Steele and Zach Mansberry, two defenders for Lauel Highlands, going down in the final 5 minutes of the first half. And A.J. Mashenko getting the second goal of the first half for the Jags at the 1:49 mark of the first half to give Thomas Jefferson a 2-0 lead. So Lauel Highlands, who was 1-0 coming into play today after a win on Saturday over Bentworth, trailing by 2 here at the break. Thomas Jefferson, who lost their opener 2-0 against Fox Chapel on Saturday, now looking to even up their record at 1-1. Coming up next for Lauel Highlands, they'll have another home game coming up on Wednesday against McKeesport before hosting Elizabeth Forward coming up on Saturday. Next conference game, the opening conference game for Lauel Highlands 1 week from tonight, also here at home against the Bell Vernon Leopards. So conference play right around the corner for both Lauel Highlands and Thomas Jefferson. The Jags will have a home game coming up later on this week against a fellow Quad A opponent. Of course, TJ playing in AAA, but Baldwin, who they will take on Thursday, a Quad A opponent, certainly right in their backyard, and TJ and Baldwin will play coming up on Thursday. If you're watching our broadcast on Atlantic Broadband or Armstrong Cable, I'd like to let you know that South Union Township Sports Network games and programs are available online. It's easy to find. Just log on to youtube.com and search South Union Television or follow the South Union Township Sports Network on Facebook for program updates. That's facebook.com/South Union TV. Here at halftime, it's Thomas Jefferson leading Lauel Highlands by a score of 2-0. We're back with second half match action right after this on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Southwestern Endoscopy Center is a state-licensed and Medicare-certified facility and emphasizes privacy, comfort, caring, and safety for colonoscopies and upper GI endoscopies. Painless procedures are done with twilight sedation given by a board-certified anesthesiologist. The center accepts most insurance plans and is staffed by Doctors Ruthhart, Calabrese, Stokes, SWGI, specialists in digestive health.
Brian Morozak alongside Jerry Dupay back here at Mustang Field, 2-0. The Thomas Jefferson Jaguars leading the Lauel Highlands Mustangs, who get ready to start the second half. And despite losing 8 starters to graduation from a team that made the WPIAL semifinals in a play-in state playoff game last year, the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars looking pretty strong to start the 2017 campaign, at least here against Lauel Highlands, with 2 first-half goals from Liam Story and A.J. Mashenko. There's a look at Alec McClay. The Mustangs are going to need that front line to get it going here in the second half. Lauel Highlands working right to left here in the second half of the game, needing at least 2 goals here in the next 40 minutes to at least keep this match alive. As Eli Mitchell, nice little run down the near side, trying to work around Tristan Alava. Alava slowing it down.
And Mitchell asking for the ball quickly here as Lauel Highlands trying to take advantage of a quick throw-in, but not happening that time. Now the ball headed outside the box after Mitchell's initial toss, but Todd Brown knocking it down top of the 18, trying to circle it back to his left to Connor Rapp. Rapp looking for a little poke down off to Eli Mitchell, but the Jags poke it away over to Braden Steele. Forward back to Rapp, looking again for Mitchell. And the Jags knock it down, and they'll try to reset here out of their own zone as Scott Graham just plays it across the near line and out for TJ. Connor Rapp sends it back into Dylan Seaman, and now Rapp again. That one going through Jeremy Abraham, and saved there by Dylan Rice, who plays it back to his keeper, Jacob Campbell. Campbell with a line drive back into the TJ zone, knocked down, and here's Tristan Alava working out of his own end. Nice to see Braden Steele back out there. He was one of two Mustangs who went down in the first half, along with Zach Mansberry. Mansberry unable to return to the match here tonight. Dom Ranello for TJ. Knocked down by Rapp over to Eli Mitchell. Mitchell on the hold, over to Rapp. Try to play it forward to Alec McAlay. Intercepted again by TJ. Here's a lave off to his left. Jags out of their own zone. This one set into the corner. Tracked back down by Braden Steele. Pressured by Alava. The rolling is here, Lauel Highlands ball. Just over 2 minutes in, and now Campbell out in front with Preston Lutz on the doorstep. TJ trying to create a little havoc here. Already leading by 2. Liam Geiger trying to push it forward there to Dom Ranello. Geiger another touch off to his left. Mashenko went down. He's right back on his feet. Has the ball right now for TJ. Here's Mashenko. Far side, crosses out in front. Fanning there is Finnegan. On the top of the box, Rapp on the little reset there for Lauel Highlands. Geiger presses on though for TJ. Seaman trying to head it back for Lauel Highlands. Forward up to Rapp. Chased back down by Eli Mitchell with a little bit of open space. Here's Eli Mitchell on it. Able to poke it around the defender. On the side of the box, looking across, went off of Ty Folk. And off to the keeper, Connor Dalton. Dalton on a long throw out there to Alava, the freshman. Alava down the near touchline. Pressure from behind by Eli Mitchell. Back to Braden Steele, and now Eli again. Here's Eli again back through center into the TJ zone. Mitchell trying to set something up here for Lauel Highlands, going low. On the run forward, Connor Rapp unable to track it down. Rapp, a very versatile Mustang player, has the ability to go two ways on that front line, and also they'll put him back in the stopper position defensively. And in situations like this, now with a jag down on the play, Lauel Highlands can add him as an attacker on the front line as well. As Todd Brown helping up the injured Jaguar, and that was number 10, Justin Finnegan. Now hops to his feet. And after the injury stoppage, it will be Scott Graham to put it down here for the Jags. He'll now switch positions with Dylan Sullivan. And Sullivan, who's been very involved so far in this contest, will send it down the field for TJ. Headed back there by Eli Mitchell. Rapp trying to chase it down, but poked wide there by Dom Ranello and out of play. Lauel Highlands throwing. Almost 5 minutes into the second half. Mustangs still down 2. Todd Brown. And a circle down that far line for Lauel Highlands. A little touch there from Margala. Dylan Seaman. And a dance around Ranello. Deflected on a play in front of the Mustang bench. Todd Brown to take the throw-in. Brown off the body there of Colby Davis. Jags go high, trying to send it out, looking there for Preston Lutz. Lauel Highlands ball. Dylan Rice taking this throw in. High lob. TJ again deflecting it out. Margela to take the throw in now for Lauel Highlands. Dom bounces it back here to Brown. Looking for Dom again. Dylan Seaman was also there, but it's the Jags that win the ball. Some open space here coming back. On the far side. That's Mashenko trying to get around Dylan Rice. Mashenko on the cross. Ball loose out in front, played back there by Finnegan. Justin Finnegan shot with the left foot block there by Jeremy Abraham and deflected out. Throw in here for TJ. Still a 2-0 lead for the Jags. Finnegan on the throw-in into the box. Headed there by Connor Rapp, but not out. Still loose. And finally deflected out of play by the Mustang keeper Jacob Campbell. TJ trying to go quickly here for the corner kick. Put down by Jeremy Marshall. He'll position the troops. Marshall from the far side. Hand in the air. Marshall sends it into the box. Pinballing around before Campbell finds it. Might have been a handball out in front as well. That went off the arm there of TJ's Dylan Sullivan. So Campbell will put it down for the goal kick. Mustangs looking for a little bit of offense. Campbell goes low this time, down to Connor Rapp. A little bit of pressure there from Preston Lutz. Mustang circled back to Braden Steele. And now Rapp again, and Steele down the near touchline. Up to Eli Mitchell. Well defended there by Sullivan, deflecting it out. Mitchell now on the reset, takes the throw-in. Over to Seaman, and now Mitchell again. Mitchell down the near line, looking to center. Again, it's Sullivan on the poke-out. Alec McLeay to take this throw-in. McLeay into the box. Colby Davis looking to get a piece of it, but it just bounces in to the keeper, Connor Dalton. That's one area where Lauel Highlands has struggled a little bit here in this game. They've gotten those through balls past the TJ back line, but the Mustangs haven't been able to connect on the other end and get those deflections out in front before the ball gets back to Connor Dalton. Seen a couple go wide as well throughout the course of the game. We played over 8 minutes of soccer here in the second half. Score still 2-0 in favor of TJ over Lauel Highlands. Jeremy Marshall on that far line. Bouncing in to Finnegan, and now Marshall again. Defended there by Todd Brown. Play whistled down. Now Brown sends it back down, looking for Dom Margela. But TJ again resets. Sullivan a little touch. A little knockdown there to Scott Graham. Seaman gets it back for Lauel Highlands. Over to Rice. Rice back into the TJ zone. We'll see how soon the Mustangs start to put a couple of defenders forward here. We've seen more of a presence of Eli Mitchell on that front line. And from time to time here in the second half, we've seen Connor Rapp move up as well, even though he's still circled back into that stopper role. And Lauel Highlands going to have to do something here. Down 2 with a half hour of soccer left. There's Rice and Jeremy Marshall over on the far side. Rice sends it back in, going all the way back to Sullivan, who's pressured there by Colby Davis. Sullivan goes low, but right to the foot of Dylan Seaman. Another through ball coming forward to Alec McLeay. McLeay on the run through and had a lot of open position there in front of and to the left of Connor Dalton, but it's Dalton that again tracks down the loose ball for the Jags. Another situation where Lauel Highlands gets that through ball to go back inside the 18, but could not fully connect there to McLeay. As Dalton again does a nice job to help out his defense and slow down that run and keep things at 2-0. As the Jags check out the freshman Alava.
And put one of our goal scorers, Liam Story, who got the scoring started at the 20-29 mark of the first half. And we mentioned Story's minutes being limited a little bit here today due to an injury, but made his presence known in the first half. And now back in there, replacing the freshman Alava. 11 minutes into the second half. Sullivan to take the throw in here from the far side for the Jags. Sullivan on a lob in. Went off of Seaman over to Rapp, and now Dylan Seaman again. Playing it back to Braden Steele. Steele going wide here on the near side off of Eli Mitchell. Mitchell now trying to regain, but it's the Jags that find the loose ball. They'll send it low in open space, but well out of the range of a run sent forward there by Liam Story as the Mustangs reset to Jacob Campbell. Campbell on the line drive, looking for McLeay to knock it down, goes all the way through. Davis on the chase down, a little collision. Coming outside the box there was Dalton. All the way back through, and on the other side, Preston Lutz trying to find the ball with Dylan Rice defending there for Lauel Highlands, going off for the Mustangs and out. TJ will bounce it in here to Lutz. Getting some help there with Justin Finnegan. Mustangs on the poke out, back to Liam Geiger at center. Geiger going low on the far side. Played ahead there by Jeremy Marshall all the way back to the Mustangs' Jacob Campbell. No goals yet in the second half. We've played 12 minutes. Braden Steele down the near side. Touch there from Rapp. Trying to go off to his right. Knocked down again by the Jags. Here's Finnegan. Off to his left to Lutz. Pressured there by Rice. Lutz back to Ranello. Near side again to Story. Liam Story. Back to Scott Graham. Little touch there from Ty Folk. Geiger. And now Graham again. Geiger another touch. Off to his left to Mashenko through center. Does such a nice job creating out there for the Jags. Scored the TJ's second goal of the game. That one sent high. Would have been 3 points on a Friday, nothing here on a Tuesday. And the Mustangs make another change. Checking out Alec McLeay, giving him a little rest on the front line. And Colby Livingston, the freshman, checking in, number 24. A little spark with some fresh legs off the bench. We'll watch Livingston on the front line now for Lauel Highlands. Here's Steele down the near side. Has Livingston ahead to the left. Sends it forward. He needs to hustle here to track this one down. Got bodied off the ball there by Ty Folk.
Colby Livingston.
Goal kick now for the Jags. TJ making another change. Checking out 21, Dom Ranello. Checking in. Waiting for the player to fully turn around here. Number 16, that would be Matt Bertha.
Into the game for
so Bertha,
Jefferson, number 16, Matt Bertha.
The TJ senior, seeing his first match action. Here at the 25:47 left here in the second half. Finnegan playing it low. And the ball going out of play on the far side. Dylan Rice works it back in. Mustangs send it back over to Braden Steele, and this one going through Steele. He's able to track it back down, but slips. A little pressure there from Bertha. Steele able to regain and sends it out for Liam Story. Got involved on the Jag side. Story now to take the throw-in. Sends it down the near touchline. Preston Lutz trying to track it down. And Campbell having a little trouble with it. Ball still loose, and finally Campbell getting back on it. That was a mess defensively there for Lauel Highlands. Getting a little sloppy here, down 2. 24-40. Left here in the second half.
Liam Geiger to take this throw in now for TJ. The ball was last touched by Lauel Highlands going out. The Mustangs also checking Justin Hartsick into the game. Mustang Jr. involved in that far side, just looking for some fresh legs late.
Laurel Highlands also is number 15, Justin Hartsick.
Trying to turn things around here a little bit. On that TJ rush back, play whistled down. It's been ruled offsides. And Campbell will send it back away for the Mustangs. TJ on the quick knockdown. Looking for another run from Mashenko. Denial from Lauel Highlands. Shouldered there by Mitchell. Colby Davis a touch forward there to freshman Colby Livingston. Over to Eli Mitchell. Well defended by Matt Bertha of TJ. Touch there by Finnegan. Up to Mashenko. Lutz trying to track it down out of his range and out of play for Laurel Highlands throwing. Dylan Rice to work it in to Todd Brown. And TJ winning another 50-50 ball coming forward. Had Liam Story getting aggressive there, top of the 18. Braden Steele deflecting out of play, and now Story will send it back to Preston Lutz to take the throw in. Lutz sends it over the head there of Matt Bertha. Mashenko trying to pick it up. It's Dylan Rice that finds it there for, check that, Dylan Seaman that finds it there for Laurel Highlands. Off to his right to Justin Hartsick. Pressured off the ball, and TJ on another run back, already up 2. With 22 minutes left in regulation time, Geiger through center, off to his right to Story. That one a little wide of Liam Story. Another change here for Laurel Highlands. Looks like Alec McLay getting set to re-enter. We'll take a quick time out here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Jags up 2-0.
Davis and Davis, helping the injured.
If you're injured in an accident, after you address the medical problems, you're going to be faced with numerous questions concerning who's going to pay your medical bills, your property damage, wages that you might be losing if you can't go to work. These are things that you need counsel for.
That your income is protected, that your bills are paid, that your family's taken care of. We've been doing this since 1976. We've helped injured people. We can help you.
Davis and Davis, attorneys at law.
Back here at Mustang Field, Laurel Highlands looking a little deflated here in the second half. Played well in the first half despite giving up 2 goals, but haven't seen quite the same energy here in the second half of this contest. Eli Mitchell on the line drive coming back, knocked down. Colby Livingston, the freshman, now on the front line there with Colby Davis. Played back to Eli Mitchell. Off to Dylan Seaman. Also have Connor Rapp up there again getting involved for the Mustangs, 37. Laurel Highlands might be taking a few more chances here down 2 in the final 20 minutes. Here's Mashenko coming back for TJ. He can burn you if you get too aggressive. Ball went off of Laurel Highlands. Mashenko quickly back in. The Mustangs find the loose ball. Here's Seaman again. Off to Connor Rapp. Low ball forward going all the way through past both Colby Davis and out of the range of Colby Livingston. Our TJ throwing. That one going off the feet of Liam Geiger. Alec McLay to take this throw in. McLay lobs it into the 18. Off of Mitchell's body. Mustangs an opportunity and a shot from the freshman Livingston. Good look. Might have been Laurel Highlands' best scoring opportunity of the second half, but Connor Dalton, another denial for the Jags. The freshman Livingston getting loose and getting a shot on goal here for the Mustangs, but Dalton making another save, and now This play whistled down. Flag up for an offsides coming back here against the Jags. 19:44 left in the second half as Todd Brown lobs it forward. Mashenko out of his own zone. Mustangs win it back to Connor Rapp. Rapp on a little chip going wide of Connor Dalton. Expect to see the substitutions to pick up here in the final 20 minutes of this game as well. 2 changes now for TJ. Try to pass those along to you as soon as we get them. You have Tristan Alava, the freshman, back in as one of the 2 changes.
Re-entry for Thomas Jefferson, number 17, Tristan Alava.
There's Braden Steele sending it high. Off to Seaman. Triangle around him. Playing it back to Todd Brown. And Brown got a little sloppy with that one. Keeper Campbell coming out. Got deflected down there by Matt Berthoud. A nice run coming forward there for the Jags. We've seen a little sloppiness out of that Lauel Highlands back line here in the second half. There's Braden Steele on the near side. No chip forward, looking again for Colby Livingston. You have to think the Mustangs are pretty high on being only a freshman getting varsity action here in the second half with Lauel Highlands down 2-0. Little header there from Jeremy Abraham to regain possession for the Mustangs. Fan on the back line from Ty Falk. Mustangs stay on it. Seaman looking for Livingston. Again, the through ball scooped up by the keeper, Connor Dalton. Dalton going high. Knocked down by Preston Lutz. Now Lutz goes down. Now with the injury, Alec McLean, good sportsmanship there. We'll send it out of play, and we have another injury timeout with 17:29 left here in the second half. Still 2-0. Thomas Jefferson over Lauel Highlands here on the South Union Township Sports Network. We get back to Mustang Field. The injured TJ Jaguar player, number 13, Preston Lutz. Appeared to maybe be a cramping situation there on Lutz. Walking off the field under his own power. A.J. Mashenko and Liam Story, your goal scorers, both in the first half for Thomas Jefferson. So 2-0. The Jags over the Lauel Highlands Mustangs. Really have to like what we've seen over the last couple of seasons from this Lauel Highlands boys soccer program against the Mustangs. They've been in the postseason. Not only been in the postseason, but they've won playoff games in 4 of the last 5 years. Of course, last year, first-round playoff win over Greensburg-Salem before losing to this Thomas Jefferson squad 2-0 in the WPIAL quarterfinals. The only time the Mustangs missed the playoffs over this 5-year span back in 2015, going 7-8-3. Lauel Highlands also with playoff wins twice over Westmoreland and once over Southmoreland, Twice over West Mifflin, once over Southmoreland over the last 5 years. Also have playoff losses twice once against South Park, once against South Fayette, and once against Mars during that same span. Certainly a lot of key pieces back if Lauel Highlands can stay healthy here in 2017 to get back to the playoffs. The conference is the same as they were a year ago. Lauel Highlands playing with Bell Vernon, Ringgold, Trinity, Uniontown, and Albert Gallatin in Section 3 and 3A. Thomas Jefferson with McKeesport, West Mifflin, Gateway, Char Valley, and South Fayette in Section 4 and 3A. Lauel Highlands finishing a game back of conference-winning Bell Vernon a season ago. The Leps expected to be strong again in 2017 with the Apodiakis brothers back in the mix. They were a sophomore and a freshman a year ago. They'll be a junior and a sophomore this season. Now a little collision there between Connor Rapp and Tristan Olava. I think you'd still have to look at Bell Vernon as one of the favorites in the conference. Ringgold won 7-3 last year. They'll certainly be in the mix. And Lauel Highlands will host Ringgold in a key conference game a week from Saturday here at Mustang Field. Lauel Highlands playing a lot of Saturday games this year. Have a non-conference game against Elizabeth Forward this Saturday, and then they travel to Bell Vernon the Saturday after that, and that'll be the second meeting of the season between the Mustangs and the Leps. And that game could
Highlands, number 37, Connor Rapp.
possibly end up being a game that could decide the conference title, depending on how things end up shaking out this year. And of course, you have a Trinity team that went 4-6 a season ago. They're always a contender as well. And Albert Gallatin and Uniontown trying to improve their soccer programs. Both the Colonials and the Red Raiders going 1-9 a season ago. But it seems like any time AG and Uniontown play Lauel Highlands, especially the Red Raiders, when LH and Uniontown get together, you know it's going to be a tight game. And we've seen some pretty good battles between the Red Raiders and the Mustangs over the last couple of years, and expect to see the same for 2017. Certainly a lot to look forward to
So the playing field for both teams, first of all, for Lauel
this fall during the high school soccer season.
Also for Thomas Jefferson, it was number 36.
Jason Cooper's on the field, seeing his first action. Actually had the ball right now for the Mustangs in there along with Connor Rapp. Zach Prezioso also back out there for TJ. Prezioso 36. TJ Jr. And a 14-19 left here in the second half. Still 2-0. Thomas Jefferson over Lauel Highlands. And if you look at the two halves of this game, I think the first half certainly a more fundamentally sound half on both sides. Things have been a little bit sloppy here in the second half, with TJ holding that 2-goal cushion, trying to add to it right now with the ball deflecting around before going wide of Jacob Campbell. And we mentioned TJ 9-1 a season ago was their first conference title since 2008, despite a run to the state playoffs during the 2015 season. Char Valley went 8-2, Gateway 6-4, and South Fayette at 5-5. Those are your four playoff teams out of Section 4 and 3A. McKeesport, who Lauel Highlands will see coming up in their next game, which we'll also have for you here on the South Union Township Sports Network, coming off a 1-16 season a year ago, went 0-10 in conference play. They're looking to improve upon things here for the 2017 campaign as Connor Rapp sends it in. Eli Mitchell, and maybe a play for it there before it was cleared away, and Braden Steele picks it back up off to Dylan Seaman. Seaman will poke forward there to Alec McClay. McClay from the far side, and nice defensive effort there from Justin Finnegan and A.J. Mashenko in the vicinity. And to break up that Mustang scoring opportunity. McClay now will fire it in off the throw-in. Lobs it into the box. There's a low shot that got blocked there. It was taken by Connor Rapp. Never got back to Connor Dalton. Solid defense there from Ty Falk and Dylan Sullivan on that TJ back line, knocking it away. There's another cross out in front. Lauel Highlands buzzing a little bit. Low shot and another save made by Connor Dalton. So Lauel Highlands getting a couple of scoring opportunities here over the last few minutes, but unable to take advantage. I really credit both of these programs for scheduling one another. These are the type of non-conference games you like to see. Two playoff teams from a year ago. And these are the type of games that will not only get you ready for the conference season, but
don't be surprised if these two teams might see each other once again in the WPIAL playoffs. It seems like the WPIAL playoff committee, no matter what sport it is, they seem to love rematches, and we've seen plenty of those throughout the years. And, of course, the two teams met last year in the regular season up at TJ. Jags winning that game by a score of 3-0, and then the committee, of course, putting them on the same side of the bracket. TJ is the number 2 seed, Lauel Highlands is the number 7 seed, and there you are, and the two teams end up playing a WPIAL quarterfinal round playoff game October the 26th of a year ago. Jags coming up victorious 2-0, leading 2-0 here. You really credit the TJ defense going back over the 2 games last year, and then the contest here so far this afternoon, not yielding a goal to Lauel Highlands, and Braden Steele here pulling down TJ's Nate Hopkins. That'll be a foul there against Steele. The defense was such a key part of TJ's run last year to the WPIAL semifinals. The Jags entered the playoffs last year, losing only 2 games. One to Char Valley. That was a conference game, which the Jags had a couple of players injured for. And the other, a non-conference game against Montour, right before the WPIAL playoffs. But throughout the course of the regular season last year, if you include the 4 goals the Jags gave up to Montour, they gave up, including that game, only 12 goals throughout the course of the regular season. That's pretty impressive from a defensive perspective. They yielded 2 in their opener against Fox Chapel on Saturday. Have yet to yield 1 here, and that one sent just high of the crossbar and over the head of Jacob Campbell. If you're new to some of our broadcasts watching this game on Atlantic Broadband or Armstrong Cable, we'd like to let you know that South Union Township Sports Network games and programs are now available online. It's easy to find. Just log on to our YouTube page, youtube.com, and search South Union Television, or follow the South Union Township Sports Network on Facebook for program updates, facebook.com/South Union TV. TJ continuing the buzz here, final 9:20 of regulation. Braden Steele sitting that one out of play. TJ quickly taking the throw-in. Top of the 18 there. Finnegan's shot blocked. And Dylan Rice on a much-needed clear there for Lauel Highlands, setting it out of play in front of the TJ bench. Not only do we archive all of the high school soccer games, all of the high school football games throughout the course of the season, and plenty of other township programs as well. Had an opportunity to do a couple of Inside South Union Township shows recently. One on the newly opened Sheepskin Trail that goes through South Union Township. It goes from the area near Barton Mill Road and Barton Row near the Uniontown South Union border all the way over to Hutchinson Park. Had an opportunity to go on the trail a number of times since it opened about a month or so ago, and what a gem that is for South Union Township. I also did another program recently on the Uniontown Country Club and some of the exciting events and features they have going on. And I haven't seen that finished show yet, but I also had an opportunity to play a couple of holes of golf during the taping of the program with the Uniontown pro Aaron Gizzy, who's the director of golf operations over there at the Uniontown Country Club. Had a fun little match there with Aaron. So if you get an opportunity, check it out on Inside South Union Township here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Here we have 7:40 left in the second half, 2-0. Thomas Jefferson still leading Lauel Highlands. Brian Morozak alongside Jerry Dupé. Nice to be back in the box with Barry Rosner again this year as well, long time PA announcer and scoreboard operator here for all of the Lauel Highlands events. Always nice to catch up with Barry. Here's Eli Mitchell looking there for Connor Rapp. Jags deflected out. Rapp bouncing it back in. Colby Davis is there. Pulling it back off to his left. McLeod able to fire back to Eli Mitchell. Off to Dylan Seaman. Seaman's low shot. Just going wide here on the near side. Another great opportunity for Lauel Highlands. They've been unable to beat Connor Dalton
here tonight. The Mustangs with a pair of goals in their opener against Bentworth on Saturday, scored by Colby Davis and Eli Mitchell, both coming in the second half. That a Fayette County Coaches Tournament game played up at Connellsville High School.
Game for Thomas Jefferson, number 20, Seth Thompson.
Seth Thompson now seeing his first match action here for the Jags with 6:29 left here in the second half. And if you're just joining us, 2 goals scored in the first half of this match, both by the Jags. Liam Story, who's a normal starter for Thomas Jefferson, nursing an injury here today, came off the bench. His minutes have been limited, but the minute limits didn't stop him from scoring. He got the first goal for the Jags at the 20-29 mark of the first half. And then after the Mustangs had a couple of late defensive injuries, one to Zach Mansberry, and Mansberry has not returned to action here today, and we wish him the best, and another to Braden Steele, who did return for Lauel Highlands here in the second half. Left the Mustangs a little empty on the defensive side, and A.J. Mashenko has been buzzing up and down the field throughout the course of the game. TJ thinks he might be an all-state pick before all is said and done at the end of the season. Also is the kicker for the TJ football team. Got a goal right before halftime at the 1:49 mark of the first half. And the first half, I thought, rather well played on both sides. Plenty of opportunities for both teams. The second half been a little bit sloppy. Still had a few opportunities here and there. I thought the quality of play was certainly better in the first half of this match than what we've seen here in the second half. But Lauel Highlands still fighting, down 2, 5:12 left. That one off of Colby Davis, and again picked up by Connor Dalton. Give Dalton a lot of credit. Not a very big guy, but he holds his own in net. I think if you look at the 2 keepers, Jacob Campbell might have a couple inches there on Dalton, but Dalton's done a nice job. He'll be the number 1 keeper for the Jags this season. Look forward to following their progress as well. As we said, don't be surprised if we see the Jags maybe in the postseason against Lauel Highlands again this year, depending on how things end up shaking out. Another kid that's been solid all night's been Dylan Sullivan with a nice little run forward here, but the little through ball going wide here on the near side will be a Lauel Highlands goal kick. With 4:18 left in regulation time, still 2-0. Thomas Jefferson over Lauel Highlands. Jags making another change as Liam Story will check out, and that'll probably be the last time we'll see Story in the game here today. Jeremy Marshall coming back in. Unless something wild really happens here in the final 4 minutes.
Entry for TJ, number 27.
Of course, the Mustangs would love that. Don Margala. A fire back in. Dylan Sullivan trying to track it down. That one played all the way back to Jacob Campbell again. He'll roll it out to himself. Keeper coming forward here a little bit with 3:30 to play. Headed up, looking for Connor Rapp. Clearance sent high and wide for TJ. Eli Mitchell into Braden Steele. Again sent back out by the Jags on the back line there. Carson Anthrel getting some late match action. Dylan Seaman on the circle back there again to Braden Steele. Chipped by Ty Falk, headed by Steele. Mitchell looking for it. Denial from Scott Graham. Forward looking there for A.J. Mashenko. Mashenko, another little chip forward. Keeper Campbell way out. Just pokes it back on the far side. Lauel Highlands getting a little more aggressive here. Nothing really to lose. Down 2, the final 2.5 minutes. And the throw in here for the Jags. Lob back in through Mashenko. Now headed back in A.J.'s direction. A.J. another nice run. Sent up to Preston Lutz. An old collision here. Jeremy Abraham down on the Lauel Highlands side. And Lutz also went down on the TJ side in front of the Mustang keeper Jacob Campbell. Corner kick here for the Jags under 2 minutes to play. Mashenko to take it.
And AJ sends it into the box. Deflected back, top of the 18. Laurel Highlands looking to clear it out. Knocked down. Lutz keeps it alive. Far side to Mashenko again, looking for the cross right into the body of a Mustang who goes down. Mashenko sending it into the side of the goal. And the Mustangs, again, their fair share of injuries tonight. Let's see who's down here with 1:31 to play. Get a close-up on this here, maybe on the camera side. 21 for Laurel Highlands. That's Dom Margela. Might have just got the wind knocked out of him. Here's another opportunity for the Jags, and just sending one wide there. A nice little run forward. Seth Thompson, the junior. Margela now being attended to. Laurel Highlands might be a little banged up. Their next game coming up against McKeesport.
1 minute.
Final minute. Mashenko again going low. Here's Marshall in open space. Marshall fires. And a nice save there from Campbell. Diving stop from the Mustang junior keeper. Campbell plays it back to center. 40 seconds left. Rapp trying to go high, but headed back out by Jimmy Malinga. Out of play. Braden Steele wants the ball. Gets it there. Final 30 seconds. Mustangs need to hurry. Jags played back to Jacob Campbell again. And Campbell take the safer route. Send in the near fence. 15 seconds left. Liam Geiger pulling it back there to Jeremy Marshall.
9, 8, 7.
Final 7 seconds.
5, 4.
TJ heads it back. And that'll do it. Thomas Jefferson. A 2-0 win over Laurel Highlands here today. Again, Liam Story and A.J. Mashenko. Your goal scorers here for the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars. So the Jags, they improved to 1-1. Laurel Highlands drops to 1-1. Mustangs next in action against McKeesport. We'll carry the game for you here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Up next for the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars, they'll have a battle with the Baldwin Fighting Highlanders coming up at TJ High School. Again, 2-0 your final score. Thomas Jefferson over Laurel Highlands. Tonight's game was brought to you as a joint cooperative venture featuring Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon and Jason Scott, Atlantic Broadband, Armstrong Cable, and our friends at CUTV, J.R. Wheeler, Gary Smith, and their staff. Again, I'm Brian Morozak with Jerry Dupay. 2-0 your final score. TJ with goals from Liam Story and A.J. Mashenko defeats Laurel Highlands. This has been a South Union Township Sports Network presentation.